Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who was wisdom? Who was the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Rather, about a week away from our new year, starting on March 20th. And as we're watching how things are progressing, it should be very abundantly clear what's going on to us who have opened eyes. Most High is allowing the other nations to have their victory lap and to show you how, even if these things were true that they're saying, and they have an opportunity to defeat the plague, they will give absolutely no they will not admit anything that the Most High has done anything for them. They will not admit the fact that the Most High is sovereign, and that if they get any kind of mercy, it comes from Him. They will not acknowledge the Most High. So when things are going well for them, they're not even talking about their good times Jesus. They're praising science, which just lets you know that they have no faith in their religion. Their religions have been a farce from the beginning. And as you saw Biden having his speech yesterday, and today they're have their they're sitting there having more speeches and sitting there and having these they're just sort of displaying like all of the things that they've accomplished. So they were in the Rose Garden today, and Kamala was there making a speech for Biden, talking about how help is here, how they're on the track to defeating the plague, and that they have science to thank. And they're going around the country talking about, selling their plan, and how, they've conquered the virus, and this we need to hold on for another, few more weeks, 4 to 6 more weeks, and we're going to have the plague defeated. So they're going around the country making their victory lap, not acknowledging anything about the Most High. See, the curses still stand. The punishment that has been, declared amongst the Gentiles and the heathen still stand. Just because you guys are, pretty much just trying to ignore it and trying to act as if life is going to go on as usual, and that you have set up a time frame of May 1st and trying to have life back to somewhat kind of normal by the 4th of July, and you're running around setting up, setting up the world for a huge fall. And that's exactly what's going on. And we're gonna make some more videos on some more things, but like I said, things that they're saying, stuff that they're bringing out. I said they're exposing themselves, or the Most High is exposing them, I should say. But like I said, they're trying to fight to get back to normal right now, and they're sitting there having these public displays right now. And as you can tell when you listen to the news, the variants have fallen off. Apparently, those don't seem to be a big deal anymore. They don't even talk about it. But something slick happened today. I was watching the news, and it's not always what they say. A lot of times it's what they don't say. And I was watching Dr. Walensky, and she was talking about the numbers, and she's talking about um, hospitalizations have gone down. And then she talked about how deaths have gone down a certain percentage. She talked about the percentage of, you know, hospitalization had gone down quite a bit, and then deaths had gone down. But then she never said anything about new cases. She never brought up anything about how the new cases have gone down. So I thought that was very revealing. I was like, you talk, it's always like a three prong, discussion: new cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. They always usually talk again. Trust me, if new cases had gone down, don't you think they would have brought that up? Because that's usually the first indicator of what the trajectory of what's going on. She didn't talk about new cases at all, so she just skipped that whole part of you know, the whole part of the discussion. And then she brought up, like I said, she skipped new cases because we know that new cases are going to have to start to go up eventually if they're not going up already. But the fact that she left that out, I think, was a huge sign. But she did talk about hospitalizations going down and deaths going down, and we know those are lagging indicators. So what she didn't say should let us know, what's going on, and that's what we're looking for. Cases going up, because once cases start going up, then we know that the variants, you know, are starting to take hold, and that's something they're going to want to keep on the down low. Any bad news, they don't talk about. So we understand that whenever they're skipping information like that or skipping things like that, there's something going on and they're hiding something. Now, what I love about our nation is this. Thank you for sharing about Zeppo. We're going to be actually reading about him shortly. Okay, because I kind of I forgot. I knew about the story, but I knew exactly where it was at. But it's actually we're going to be getting into Jasher 63 and 22, the story about Zeppo, because this is what you're seeing right now playing out today. When the Edomites, the heathen, they are the wicked. Even when the Most High does good things for them, because He does. Most High, sunlight goes on all of us, the righteous and the wicked. See, when the righteous, are blessed, we give all praises to our Father. When the wicked are blessed, they don't give praises to the Most High. And what you're going to see with the story today about Zeppo, that we're going to be reading out of the Sefer, Book of Jasher, you're going to see playing out today. There's nothing new under the sun. So just like in this story, thousands of years ago, the Most High shined His glory on the other nations. And you're going to see how they paid the Most High back when He blessed them. And you're going to see how that correlates to today. They had their worst couple of months. I mean, of course, they did it on them. They brought on themselves by practicing all these pagan holidays, but they had the worst numbers here in the winter. It's gone down. And instead of saying, thank the Most High that it's gone down, they turned right into, well, science has blessed us. Science is our ticket out of this plague. Science is going to lead us out of this plague. Nothing about praising the Most High. Nothing about thanking the Most High. None of that. They don't. They don't. They're not doing any of that. So what happened back then is the same thing that's happening now. There's nothing new under the sun. So let's take a look here. We're gonna be going over here at start with the highlighted section over here. Okay, on the right. And thanks again, everyone who put the correct information in the comment section. Thank you. And that's how it is. That's why I love our community. I love our nation. When people try to act like, oh, no one here reads and that no one here studies. And that's what we used to get when we used to talk about the earthly mother. Oh, you guys just, look over here. It says he. That's it. But see, We study over here, and this is what the Most High blesses us, and we bring our information together in order to be a light to the entire world. So let's get into this real quick. We'll start at 22. And all the children of Kittim said unto Zeppo, pray for us to the Elohim, okay, of your ancestors. Peradventure he may deliver us from the hand of Angus and his army. Okay. It says, for we have heard that he is a great Elohim and that he delivers all who trust in him. So they wanted him, Zeppo, who was an Edomite, they wanted him to pray to the Most High, because they all know that our power is the best. Our power is the one who has the power. You know, I said there, he's the one that if you really want something done, that's the one that is the only one that has the power. They know these other ones are nothing but idols. Okay. Fast. So he delivers all who trust in him. Goes and Zeppo heard their words, and Zeppo sought Yahweh. And he said, O Yahweh Elohim of Abraham and Isaac, my ancestors, okay, this day I know that you are the true Elohim, and all the Elohim of all the Elohim, okay, of the nations are vain and useless. Remember now this day unto me your covenant with Abraham, our father, which our ancestors related unto us, and do graciously with me this day for the sake of Abraham and Isaac, our fathers, and save me and the children of Kittim from the hand of the kings of Africa, who comes against us for battle. And Yahweh hearkened, okay, hearkened to the voice of Zeppo, and he had regard for him on account of Abraham and Isaac. And Yahweh delivered Zeppo and the children of Kittim from the hand of Angus and his people. And Zeppo fought Angus, king of Africa, and all his people on that day. And Yahweh gave all the people of Angus into the hands of the children of Kittim. So as you can see, the Most High blessed them. Zeppo prayed to the Most High, and the Most High gave Zeppo and his people victory over their enemies. Now the other nations have been praying, wanting the plague to go away. I mean, the plague is still here. The plague, just because, and they're just kind of ignoring everything. But once they get a kind of a reprieve, what do they do? Do they try to change their ways? Do they give credit to the Most High, or do they go right back into their into things they used to do before? We'll take a look. Look at the news. What are they doing? Out partying, practicing their religious holidays, going through Lent, getting ready for Easter, opening up all their restaurants in order for them to, be able to get out and run the streets. Are they acknowledging the Most High? Are they acknowledging what He did for them? If they really believe that they've been saved and that they're going to be able to go back to normal, wouldn't you fall on your knees and thank your power? Not these people. They're doing the exact opposite. They see people mostly only want the Most High for good things. When things go bad, then they lose faith. I saw a story about Vanessa Bryant talking about how she has not forgiven God for killing Kobe Bryant. So that shows you how these religions have everything backwards, as if we somehow, the Most High is waiting for us to forgive Him when bad things happen in our lives. But see, that's what happens when you got good times. Jesus rammed down your throats forever. You think that everything's supposed to be good, and when bad things happen, that the Most High is waiting for you to forgive Him for what happened. That's like I said, that just shows you how this whole society is absolutely backwards. In a time when you feel like, I mean, these people should feel they feel like they've been delivered, they should be searching for the truth, thanking the Most High. But that's not what they're doing because it's not in their nature. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit more from here, and we're gonna skip to the next page. Okay, it says, and the battle was severe upon Aegis, and Zeppo smote all of the men of Angus and Lucas his brother with the edge of the sword, and there fell from them unto the evening of that day about 400,000 men. It's about 400,000 men died. Okay, so there's a lot of things that are going on. Let's continue. And when Angus saw that all of his men perished, he sent a sefer to all the inhabitants of Africa to come to him to assist him in the battle. And he wrote in the sefer, saying, all who are found in Africa, let them come unto me. Okay, from 10 years old and upward, let them all come unto me. And behold, if he comes, okay, if he comes not, he shall die. And all that he has with him, his whole household, the king will take. And all the rest of the inhabitants of Africa were terrified at the words of Angus. And there went out of the city about 300,000 men and boys from 10 years upward, and they came to Angus. And at the end of 10 days, Angus renewed the battle against Zeppo and the children of Kittim. And the battle was very great and strong between them. And from the army of Angus and Lucas, Zeppo sent many of the wounded unto his land, about 2,000 men. And Sosiftar, the captain of the host of Angus, fell in that battle. And when Sosiftar had fallen, the African troops turned their backs to flee, and they fled. And Angus and Lucas, his brother, were with them. And Zeppo and the children of Kittim pursued them, and they smote them, okay, still heavily on the road, about 200 men, okay, and they pursued Arzabal and the son of Angus, who had fled with his father, and they smote 20 of his men in the road. And Asdrubal escaped from the children of Kittim, and they did not slay him. And Angus and Lucas, his brother, fled with the rest of their men, and they escaped and came into Africa with terror and consternation. And Angus feared all the days lest Zeppo, the son of Eliphaz, should go to war with him. Okay. Now let's take out 64. It's a little bit here. And Bilam, the son of Haor, was at that time with Angus in the battle. And when he saw that Zeppo prevailed over Angus, he fled from there and came to Kittim. And Zeppo and the children of Kittim received him with great honor, for Zeppo knew Bilam's wisdom. And Zeppo gave unto Bilam many gifts, and he remained with him. And when Zeppo had returned from the war, he commanded all the children of Kittim to be numbered who had gone into battle with him. And behold, not one was missed. So you can see when the Most High is with you, no one was missing. Everyone came back because the Most High had blessed Zeppo, because of his prayers and because of the covenant with our forefathers, Abraham and Isaac. Okay. and Jacob, of course. And Zeppo rejoiced at this thing, okay? And he renewed his kingdom, and he made a feast to all his subjects. But Zeppo remembered not Yahweh, and considered not that Yahweh had helped him in battle, and that he had delivered him and his people from the hand of the king of Africa, but still walked in the ways of the children of Kittim and the wicked children of Esau, to serve other Elohim, which his brethren, the children of Esau, had taught him. It is therefore said, from the wicked goes forth wickedness. Again, from the wicked goes forth wickedness. Absolutely huge right there. And that's what you're seeing right now. From the wicked goes forth wickedness. These people are claiming that they're on their way to defeating the plague, and they go right back to worshiping their fake gods. They go back to worshiping good times Jesus and being, and just enjoying themselves. That's why it's huge right there. Okay. When it says, let's see, verse 5. But Zeppo remembered not Yahweh, and considered not that Yahweh had helped him in battle, and that he had delivered him and his people from the hand of the king of Africa. That's what these nations do. They don't give praises to the Most High. They don't. You go to a battle and you kill that many people, and not one of you didn't lose one person. You think that you have, I mean, Zeppo, you really think that you did that on your own? See, this nation has gone and they had hundreds of thousands of cases a day. It's gone down, as they say, but they don't give any praises to the Most High. That just opens them up for a much heftier destruction. So just listen to what they say. Listen to how they're, giving themselves praises when they're setting up these their laps of victory dances right now. Sitting there up all the things with the reporters, they're sitting there and just hamming it up for, talking with all the people when they sit there and have these public displays for the world to see how they've been so victorious over the plague, how the plague can do nothing against them anymore. Because as they love to say, the vaccines are their way out of this. They've been saying the vaccines are going to lead us out of this. This huge package that they passed, is going to be able to bring all these things and get all these things going before, like opening up schools, vaccination centers, all this stuff. They're going to be able to defeat the virus. All the while they're just ignoring the Most High. Is that not how they are? Have they been the whole time? Now we got like about a week before the new year. You start to see how they said, Doctor Wednesday. If you guys didn't, I mean, if you guys watched that little thing when they were talking about it, see if you saw the same thing. How they talked about, the hospitalizations going down and the deaths going down, but then they just pretty much ignored, the new cases and if they're going up or down. So it doesn't matter if like one day it goes down because they could be reporting less. They didn't even really talk about the 7-day average today. But we know we got to be very close because last weekend, that one doctor was saying that it was up to 30 to 40%. So it's been going like up to tenfold every week. So we know we're close to 40 to 50% right now. But this is just an example of how even when the Most High blesses the other nations, they don't give him praise. They go right back to worshiping the gods that they were brought up with, worshiping the gods, of the people that are around them, surrounding them. It's just amazing to see, and this is why a lot of these books are hidden because there's all these examples in these books, like Jasher, Jubilees, Enoch, of the actions they did before is exactly what they're doing now. They're not that complicated. These other nations are not that intricate and that complicated and that smart. They just repeat the same things over and over again, just like we did. We kept going in and out of slavery all the time because we kept messing up. Same thing with us. Same thing with them. They get blessed when we fall down. They don't give credit to the Most High when the Most High raises them up, and all the way to the end, even to today, they're still not acknowledging the Most High, and that He's the one that picks up nations, and He's the one that brings them down. So like I said, this book is a great book. Got a lot of books in here that have been taken out of the Bible. A lot of examples of stories like this that you can apply to things that are happening today. So we'll see what beautiful things happen tomorrow to give us more knowledge and understanding. Because the Most High is spreading with us. We understand that, we understand their lies. We see that, anything that they say, we need to analyze. We need to look at what they're not saying, look at what they're hiding. Because the Most High has given us eyes to see. And that's why we got to make sure that as a nation, we work together to get this information out to the world. All praise is to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.